Hello everyone, I am Simran Dhawan. So welcome in series third. In my series third, I am going to solve questions of CSI UGC NET December 2019. Now, coming to the question, I had solved 10 questions in my previous two videos. Today I will solve 10 questions more. So let's start. Now the question will be of a percentage error. That is a very important question. It will ask very often and it is very important question of experimental method. Now the question is, a student measures the displacement x from equilibrium of stretched spring and reports it to be 100 micrometer with 1% error. The spring constant k is known to be 10 Newton meter with 0.5 error. The percentage error is estimated. सी स्टूडेंट्स, जब क्वेश्चन हमारे पास परसेंटेज एरर का आता है तो हमें अपनी प्लस वन क्लास में जाना पड़ता है. प्लस वन क्लास में मतलब हमें अपने प्लस वन क्लास का यूनिट एंड मेजरमेंट चैप्टर को रिकॉल करना पड़ता है. ओके फाइन. सो रिकॉलिंग दैट चैप्टर आई एम गोइंग टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन. सो the percentage error, we have to calculate percentage error in the estimate of potential energy. This what we have given, potential energy V is equal to half kx square. Okay, now what we have to what is given in the question, question that is given, that means displacement x from the this, that means error in displacement, percentage error in displacement will be given 1%. Similarly, spring constant k is known to be this. Okay, its value will be 100 micrometer. Not, it's just a value of student displacement कितनी हुई है उस स्प्रिंग की, उतनी उसकी वैल्यू है. That is, it will be the value of delta x, not delta x by x. Okay, so similarly delta k by k is given in the question with percentage error is 0.5%. Now what will be the formula for solving this? Now the formula for solving delta V percentage error in, what is percentage? Percentage means obtained marks divided by total marks into 100. So percentage is like this form, is equal to kx square. But now solving this equation, just forget this constant 1 by 2. So the next step is delta k by k plus percentage. And what is the question? Question what is given, that there is given x square. Now taking, just remind one thing in this thing, solving these questions, you just remind of derivatives. So x square derivative power will come further again, and then there will be delta x by x percentage. Substituting value, what will be the value of delta k by k? 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 2 into 1. What will be the answer? 2 plus 0.5. Answer will be 2.5%. And option B will be the right answer of this question. In this question, don't go for lengthy calculation. It is a very simple question. So just understand the concept of plus one level. It will help you to recall your memory. Okay. So the next question number 12 will be. Now the question number 12 will be a black body radiation. सो बच्चों, जब ब्लैक बॉडी रेडिएशन का क्वेश्चन आता है, सबसे पहले हमारे माइंड में जो पार्टिकल आता है ब्लैक बॉडी रेडिएशन का, वो है फोटोन. सो कंसीडर ब्लैक बॉडी रेडिएशन इन थर्मल इक्विलिब्रियम contained in two-dimensional box, that is 2D box. The dependence of energy density on the temperature is. Now बच्चा, energy density for two-dimensional box. Here why I am writing photon, because for black body radiation we are talking about photon as a particle. So two-dimensional photons have energy density 2 zeta 3 to kV t cube h square c square pi, where zeta is equal to 1 plus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 3 cube plus up to so on, that is Riemann zeta function. Now just see the function, that this is function, constant function, h is constant, c is constant, pi is constant, kb is Boltzmann function, and what we get, u is directly proportional to t cube. So option A will be the right answer for that question. I am not solving this question by taking UV, DV and solving this by integrating method. I am just remembering the formula of that U is directly proportional to T cube for two-dimensional photon box. Okay, the next question number 13 will be. Now coming to the question number 13, that is very easiest question. And just remember the concept of 9th standard or 10th standard or maybe 12th standard, because 12th standard में आप सब लोग करते हो what is potential difference and what is work done. Okay, in detail. So the yz plane at x equal to 0 carries a uniform surface charge density sigma a unit positive charge is moved from point this from one side of plane. Suppose बच्चे this is a plane. Okay, consider it as a plane. Now one side of plane to this other side. Now suppose करो कोई point यहाँ पे है A. Okay, and their point will be delta 0, 0. And this point will move to other side of plane at the point given is delta 0, 0. If delta is an infinite small positive number, the work done in moving the charge is. What do you mean by work done? What is the meaning of work done? Work done basically means charge into potential difference. That means Q into potential difference means VB minus VA. That is potential difference of B minus potential difference of A. Okay, now clear? So, since work done depends upon potential, now here potential is equal to constant. If potential is constant, then VB minus VA equal to 0. Work done depends on potential. But in this case, potential is equal to constant. If potential is constant, then work done will be 0. And what is the question's demand? Work done, and option here is A, 0. So it is a very easiest question जो इस बार CSIR जो NTA ने कंडक्ट कराया वे बहुत ही लो लेवल का पेपर है मेरे अकॉर्डिंग. जो CSIR कंडक्ट कराता है वो बहुत हाई लेवल का पेपर होता है. सो मे बी जो भी 26 to 19 नवंबर को जो एग्जाम है वो उसका लेवल बहुत हाई होगा एज कंपेयर टू दिस एग्जाम. सो नाउ द क्वेश्चन नंबर 14 विल बी. Now students, the question number 14 will be, a circular conducting wire loop is placed close to a solenoid. A circular conducting wire loop is placed close to a solenoid. This is solenoid and it's a wire loop, okay? As shown in figure, the current through solenoid, suppose that current through solenoid will be IS. Current through solenoid. The magnitude of IT of induced current in the wire loop as a function of time. But what we have to show that we have to show that what will be the best graph representation of T versus IT. Okay. Now coming back to your plus 2 level, Faraday's law, induced EMF E is equal to minus d phi by dt. Now as we know that IT, that is current with time, okay, that means induced current, magnitude of induced current is equal to potential by resistance, okay, Ohm's law. Now as we know that potential for wire loop, closed wire loop, it will be equal to EMF. So we can write EMF by resistance, that is basically equal to dis by dt. Okay, what this equation means? This equation means as IT increases, as current increases, IT also increases. That means current in induced, that is current in the wire increases, so that induced current also increases with respect to time. Similarly, if IS decreases, then it will also decrease. Now, this is the one concept of solving this question. Now, coming to the second concept, highest peak. So, just remember one thing, this is a tip. You can say trick, this is tip. Highest slope, lowest slope. But जिसकी slope high होगी, okay, highest slope is equal to highest peak. Similarly, lowest slope is equal to lowest peak. Now, if there will be no slope, that means there will be a constant slope. What is the meaning of constant slope here? Constant slope means no peak. Just see, this will be the, just see this graph, this will be the highest slope. That means highest peak, okay. Highest slope means highest peak, okay. Now this will be the low. Now there will be a constant, so coming back, there will be no slope. Next, there will be a lower slope, then there will be lowest peak. Then best graph represent according to this strip will be highest slope is equal to highest peak, and lowest constant slope is no peak, and lowest slope is equal to, just coming from this equation, that is IT is directly proportional to DIS by DT. Now coming to the next question, like this is also a concept of class 12. Now coming to the next question, number 15. Let's see that it will be of plus 2 level or BSc level, or it will be of MSc level. Let's see. Okay, fine students. The next question is basically a question of phase trajectory. Okay, the question number 15 of phase trajectory will be a block of mass m attached to a spring oscillates horizontally on a surface. The coefficient of friction between block and surface is mu. Which of the following trajectory best describe the motion of the block in the phase space xp x plane? What do you mean by xp x plane means? X is basically displacement and P means basically momentum. So now the graph is also between P and Px, X and Px. So now the particle oscillate. Oscillating means the particle acquiring the simple harmonic motion. So when a particle executes simple harmonic motion, the friction will decrease. If friction will decrease, energy also decrease. That means particle acquire damped harmonic oscillator. So when particle execute simple harmonic motion, friction of particle decreases. Friction decreases means energy decreases, which implies particles acquire damped harmonic oscillator. And what do you mean by which graph and which trajectory will be the best representation? So for damped harmonic oscillator, as amplitude of friction decreases, momentum will also decrease. If they were like going from this will be graph Px and X. If amplitude decreasing, momentum will also coming to decrease. So best representation will be this. Now what it means? What is the difference between these two graphs? If amplitude decrease, there will be an increase in momentum. That doesn't represent the damped harmonic oscillator. Okay. So now the option B best represent as due to friction amplitude and momentum decreases. The best option for describing this will be the option B. So this is the question of phase space trajectory. Now the question number 16 will be. So student, the question number 16. Question number 16 will be of electrodynamics. So the electric field of an electromagnetic wave is E is equal to I cap under root 2 sine kg minus omega, kz minus omega t volt per meter. The average flow of energy per unit area per unit time. What they are saying that average flow of energy per unit area per unit time. Average flow, that will be Poynting vector. And this equation will be equal to I, and this formula will be I is equal to C epsilon naught E naught square. Now just remembering the one thing, E is equal to E naught sine omega t minus 5. Okay. Now compare this equation with this. We will get the value of E naught as under root of 2. Now just we know that C is equal to 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. Similarly, epsilon is equal to 8.85 into 10 raised to power minus 12. Okay, now just substituting this, what we get? Average flow of energy per unit area per unit time 1 by 2, 3 into 10 raised to power 8 into 8.85 into 10 raised to power minus 12 Newton kuch bhi into under root 2 whole square. Solving this will, what we get, 26.54 into 10 raised to power 4 watt per meter square. Now this equation will be approximately equal to 27 into 10 raised to power 4 watt per meter square. Now the best answer for that will be option A. This will be the question of MSc. Okay, now the questions of MSc comings. Now the next question will be question number 17. So the question number 17 will be of nuclear particle physics. The strong nuclear force between neutron and proton in zero orbital angular momentum state is denoted by FNPR. That means neutron and proton force will be denoted by NP. where R is separation between them, and Fn and FPP will be the pairs of force between neutron and FPP will be the force between proton and proton in zero orbital momentum state. Which of the following is true on average if nucleon distance is this? Now, bacha, just go to the basic concept that the force of neutron and force between proton and neutron is repulsive, is attractive. Sorry, the force between neutron and force between neutron and proton is attractive inside the nucleus, and force between proton and proton is always repulsive due to Coulombian interactions. So, what I said, Fn and FNP is basically equal to attractive forces inside nucleus. Similarly, FPP will be repulsive, and the reason being them is Coulombian interactions. So just with that concept, I will come to the point that force between neutron and force between neutron and proton is attractive, and force between proton is repulsive. So option B is the correct answer for that, from that concept. So don't get confused between the triplet state and zero angular momentum state. Just go to the low level and just go to the low level concept. And the concept is that inside the nucleus, basically it will be the inside the nucleus, force between neutron and force between neutron and proton is attractive, and force between proton and proton will be repulsive. So now question number 18 will be of quantum mechanics. Now the question number 18 will be, now the student question number 18 will be the wave function of the particle of mass m is constrained to move on a circle of unit radius centered at origin in xy plane described by a wave function xi phi equal to a cos square phi, where phi is azimuthal angle. All the possible outcome of measurement of what we have to calculate, we have to calculate the value of Lz in terms of units h cut. Now we know that cos square phi is equal to 1 by 2 cos 2 phi plus 1. Just substituting this, a by 2 cos 2 phi plus 1, that will be the value of psi phi. Now what will be the value of cos theta? Cos theta, e raised to power theta plus e raised to power minus theta by 2, e raised to power iota theta by minus iota theta by 2. Similarly, cos 2 phi, what will be? E raised to power iota 2 phi plus e raised to power minus iota 2 phi by 2. Just substituting this value. Now, we can write 1 as e raised to power iota 0 phi. Something power 0 is equal to 1. Clear? Now just substituting this, what we get? A by 2 e raised to power iota 2 phi plus e raised to minus iota 2 phi by 2 plus e raised to power iota 0 phi. That will be the xi phi. Now the next step is that we know that Lz xi phi is equal to iota h cut curl xi by curl phi. That is equal to ml h cut. Okay. Now this will be the value of this. Now xi will be the function of this. This is the real part. Xi will be the function of e raised to power iota n phi. Iota ml phi. So now this will be ml, this will be ml, and this will be. What will be the value of ml here? 2 minus 2, 0 in terms of h cut. Now what will be the value of z? ml h cut is equal to 2 minus 2 comma 0. That will be option D will be the answer. That will be the perfect route to solve this question. Now the question number 19 will be solved in my next video. Students, I'm going to plan a program for CSI UGC NET coaching for June 2021. Already my one batch is running. So if you want to enroll, just text me on Telegram. I will link my Telegram number at description box. So stay tuned for more videos. I will make more videos so that you can get more knowledge and more tricks completely. Thank you so much. Have a nice day and just like and subscribe my channel, okay, for more videos.